Let's take you to KwaZulu-Natal now. Transport authorities in the province are conducting a roadblock at the Mariannhill toll plaza. That's as the strike by the Durban Long Distance Taxi Association enters its fifth day. Thousands of commuters have been left stranded since the strike began on Friday. It's actually led by disgruntled operators following failed attempts to resolve the matter for months. Taxi owners are accusing the KZN Transport Department of intentionally delaying the issuing of permits so they can impound the taxis. The department has rejected these claims, though. Passengers have expressed their frustration about the ongoing strike action. All right, let's get you a sense of how things are unfolding on the ground. SABC News reporter Simphiwe Makanya is live to us from the Mariannhill toll plaza and joins us now. And Simphiwe, of course, we've been tracking this story since it also started developing. Help us understand the extent to which officials there have a handle over the situation.
Well, indeed, Diana, it's day 5 now of this taxi strike currently taking place in Durban. Of course, you have alluded to the issues that have led to this strike for the past 5 days. The issue of the permits that is really a thorny one, which has resulted into this particular strike, and also the impounding of the taxis that are found not to be compliant in terms of those permits. But of course, this morning I am here monitoring this multidisciplinary roadblock that is being conducted here by SAPS members, Metro Police, as well as the transport or traffic police of the province of KwaZulu-Natal. And I'm not going to waste time, Ayanda, because we do have the MEC responsible for transport in KwaZulu-Natal, and that is MEC Siboniso Duma, who's going to perhaps first and foremost talk about the disruptions that were experienced this as a result of the blockage near the Pavilion shopping mall on the N3. MEC, what is the latest in terms of that?
Thank you so much, Makai. Let me to your good self and your viewers at home. The festivities have started and the issue of zero tolerance as well is applicable. Since this morning, you've been here since 7 o'clock. You know that we're supposed to start at time, but there was a disturbance from the taxi, the Durban Long in particular, that is trying to stop to blockade the road. But as you know, that we've got a joint operation which is composed of SABC, RTI, Chanela and Metro. So we've managed to ensure that we take them out. But I think that process is ongoing. It's a routine thing. Almost every December, there are those who don't want to adhere to the rules of the law. Does not permit, they don't want to comply. Now with that stop-as taxi coming from Hammersdale that does not have the permits, we just have to take off all the passengers for their safety, because otherwise they will be compromised if there will be an accident, if there will be anything on the road. So I think at this point in time we've managed to take all of them out and we are proceeding as normal and as usual.
Let's talk about these issues that the Taxi Association is raising, MEC. The issue of permits. Of course, there was a meeting which was held between yourselves as well as the association, but the association says nothing fruitful came out of that meeting. What is really the...
I think it's a distortion. We've met Santaco in particular, as you know, that if you can just go and evaluate and interview Santaco, they will tell you that they are okay. Why? They are complying with almost all the prescripts of the law. Go to Durban Long. The problem is that some of them, they don't want to fetch their permits for different reasons. The issue of Transcorp in particular, they don't want to adhere on those processes. The municipality have already told us in terms of the viable star that they can't add any other more taxes. And unfortunately, amongst them, there are those who are just operating without a permit, and this can't allow any bullying processes, because we are going to compromise the outlook of the association, the outlook of this industry as well, the tax association, because one is amongst others that are always 70% is commuted using the transport, their transport. So we must always understand that they are adhering to the rules, they are complying to almost all the processes. So that's a problem. The crux is that some does not have permits, then they want to operate. We are not going to allow that. Those with permits want to add more taxes, and we are not going to allow that at the same time.
Of course, this back and forth in terms of the permits, MEC, you would understand when we spoke to the association yesterday, they told us that each time they go to your offices, they get told that there are no permits. But on the other hand, the department says there are about 5,000 uncollected permits. So I'm trying to understand that if you are saying they don't want to collect the permits, what could be those reasons?
In fact, on Thursday, we'll be having a meeting with Santaco and other associations. We want to come with a computer system where we are showing that how many permits we have that has not been collected. Name and shame those, because I think it has come to that time. I've already highlighted that those, let's for instance, Umakanya has 20 taxis. He's going to go and buy a taxi without a permit and is going to bully other routes. It's something that we must avoid, something that we are always on spot when it comes to it. So I think that's a problem, and it's something that the department is always going to ensure happen. Otherwise, we'll have a taxi violence, we'll have a lot of problems and chaos on the road. It's something that we are always dealing with, and I'm always saying that unfortunately there are those who are complying, there are those who think that they are more bigger, and they are always fabricating when it comes, because those who be speaking to you in particular, they do have taxes, some will have permit, and unfortunately we also interview someone who's not even operating correctly, and the department is not going to allow that. And why we are saying that zero tolerance in the province of KwaZulu-Natal is that we want everyone to be safe, is that we want everyone to be attracted in terms of tourists, in terms of investment, because we are the province which is applicable on the processes of the SA law, all those things.
MEC, as we speak, thousands of commuters are still stranded in Durban because of this ongoing strike. What is going to be the way forward in terms of trying to resolve this impasse?
We've already started the process of engaging the associations. I'm sure by Thursday you will know, because I don't think that there is only one association that is going to compromise the outlook of KwaZulu-Natal. The law enforcement is going to play a role. You'll see a lot of Chanel, you'll see a lot of subs on the road, you'll see a lot of RTI on the road, just to make sure that our people are safe. I've already highlighted that on the 5th we're going to Van Renen. We've already established a temporal station just to make sure that as you enter in that process, you understand the issue of Zero Tolela, Route N11, Port Edward, and almost from Kokstad. So the entire face of KwaZulu-Natal will be safe, and the process, I'm sure the issue of transport is going to be resolved and sorted at this point in time. By Friday, I think almost everything will be back to normal.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
There is the MEC responsible for transport in KwaZulu-Natal, and of course, he's not alone. We also do have the Provincial Commissioner of Police, Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, who's going to talk to us perhaps about the role of police in this particular operation, and also in terms of ensuring safety around this time as this taxi strike continues. Thank you so much for your time, Commissioner.
Yeah, well, we operate as one team. The RTI, Metro Police, many law enforcement that we have in the province, as well as South African Police Service, we operate as one team. This time of the year, we run joint operations to make sure that there is safety in our province, safety on the roads, safety any other place where we operate as a province.
Commissioner, in terms of the policing during this time, of course there have been few incidents that have been reported in terms of disruptions as a result of the strike. Have you got all your ducks in a row in ensuring that there's stability?
Yeah, well, of course, anyone got a right to strike. The only thing that is not allowed is for one to interfere with the rights of other individuals who are not part of the strike. So those that are participating in the strike, especially within the taxi industry, they should do that within the law and not interrupt other people. Once they interrupt others, they're no longer exercising their rights, but they are then committing crime. So that's why we are currently on hunt. We are the hunt on the owners of those taxis and blocking the roads. We are on the hand of those people that have been blocking the trucks and taking the keys out of the trucks. And we're going to find them. We're going to set a good example so that everyone understands that. And we always speak to them that if you want to protest, do so within the ambits of the law. So within the taxi industry, if they want to down tools and not pick up anyone, they can do that without forcing another person to participate. But the moment they force another person to take part on that, they are then committing crime. So we are out in numbers, making sure that such actions is responded to with speed. That's why you've seen these have been happening, that we've been responding on those incidents with the speed to make sure that there's no blockages on the road that extend beyond 30 minutes.
Since the beginning of the strike, have you been able to make any arrests in terms of as a result of these disruptions?
Yeah, well, there's some people that have been taken in already. There's some vehicles that have been confiscated. So we're not going to stop. We're going to continue to do it.
Thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
Police Commissioner in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, giving us an update, Ayanda, in terms of the situation as with regards to the interventions that are going to be put in place to ensure that there is peace and stability during this particular strike by the Durban Long Distance Taxi Association. Let me step out of the shot once more and give our viewers a sense of what is currently unfolding. Of course, as I indicated earlier, Ayanda, that this is a multidisciplinary conducted. SABC is here, as well as the RTI, the traffic police are also here, as well as members of the Durban Metro Police. But of course, we are going to be on the ground, Ayanda, giving our viewers a sense of what is unfolding as we link back to you in studio.
All right, Simpiwe Makanya, for that live report. Indeed, Simpiwe speaking to us there from the Mariannhill Toll Plaza in KwaZulu-Natal. Of course, as soon as there's any other major development, catch it first here on the SABC News Channel.